Hello and welcome! In this video, we will discover how to drive a woman crazy for you. Well, it's never not a good time to talk about how to drive a woman crazy for you. And no, we aren't looking at ways that involve insincerity and mind games. We are going to focus on ways that are true to you. We're going to rely on methods to make you seem naturally attractive and significantly increase your chances with women. Most men, even if they're good at conversing with girls, don't know how to get them to like them. Usually, it's the little things that you didn't think are a big deal. These can all end up being the reason you appear uninteresting from the girl's perspective. No need to worry, though. That's why we are here. To give you a gentle nudge in the right direction and show you what you're doing slightly wrong. It's not easy becoming a desirable, ideal partner. If it was, no one would have a problem in their love life at all. The best thing about this is it's not just about getting women to like you. These practices can help you become a better person as well. So, there's something that should become a part of your life over time. It's not going to be easy. Sometimes you will feel good about your actions, and sometimes, well, you won't. You will just have to learn to accept both parts of yourself and forgive yourself for the little mistakes. In the end, it's not about attracting women or getting who you want. It's about having a serious commitment towards becoming a good person. And if you manage to attract women along the way, then why not? Just before we dive into the best tips to drive a woman crazy for you, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to download your free book to successfully seduce any girl by clicking on the link in the description below. 1. Understanding women. For years, women have tried their best to understand men just so they could survive. Isn't it a good thing that the world has finally reached a place where you can return the favor and try to understand them of your own volition and with pride? A lot of times, even without realizing, men tend to fall into the traditional patterns they have seen growing up. So at first, even if it feels strange to make this effort to understand women, you have to remember traditions are nothing more than social constructs that keep evolving. The perspective on what's right simply changes over time as people become more aware. By allowing yourself to be open to changes, you will be at the forefront of a changing culture. When women see your genuine effort and your readiness to accept new ways beyond what traditions allow for women, it can be quite attractive. So, exactly what are we asking of you when we ask you to actively try to understand women? It's something easy to do, but requires a lifelong commitment. Simply pay attention to what women are saying. Seek out books, podcasts, films, and other media led by women. Look at their painting and music and try to see where they're coming from. Take it all in and make it a point to actively try and do what these women are asking of you in their life, because it's simply important for you as a human and not just a man to look after your fellow human beings. Be courageous enough to be more receptive to the pain of others in a world that seems to have forgotten basic compassion. When you keep on practicing to be receptive for a long time, it will come naturally to you. Accept the softer parts of you. You don't have to be tough all the time. Humans aren't either tough or soft. They are a combination of both, and it's up to you to strike a balance between them. Even if what you project outwards isn't the perfect combination, you can start by allowing yourself to feel and understand both sides of you. People have more depth than you realize at a glance. The more you allow yourself to understand your own layers, the more you will be able to do the same for others. 2. What do women want? Here's the thing. There are girls who are just confused. They don't know what they want either. They don't know if the person they want to date should be handsome or kind. If you are someone who is confused about your choices, there's a good chance you will end up attracting people with the same problem. That's not what you should be looking for. A woman you want to spend your time with is someone who is looking for a man who is trying to understand himself and the world. Someone who has learned to think critically and can reach multiple conclusions based on one point. Someone who understands that sometimes no one perspective is right. A woman who knows herself would prefer a man who is courageous enough to face his mistakes instead of pretending they don't exist. She wants someone who knows that their own fears can lead them to behave irrationally. A woman wants someone who can be compassionate towards their own self as well. Because when a person learns to be kind to themselves, they learn to be kind to others. 3. Accept her quirks. Everyone loves compliments, but when you go overboard with your flattery, when you're going on about her hair or looks all the time, these are superficial traits and can lose their appeal real quick. After all, anyone else who has known her for a short period of time would also be giving her the same compliments. Your voice is bound to just become one among many. That's not what you want. You want your words to have a strong impact on her, and when you do give her a compliment that's dripping with sincerity, that's when it will matter to her. Compliment her on something that's unexpected about her, something you have noticed that most people wouldn't have. Instead of showering her with compliments about her looks, wait a bit and get to know her, so you can actually compliment her on things you find attractive about her that are not limited to her outward appearance. 4. Be calm. Women have never been particularly fond of men who behave irrationally. But you know who they're fond of? Men who can keep their calm even when they're faced with a particularly stressful situation. Of course, that doesn't mean you aren't allowed to feel stress yourself, but when you can deal with complicated situations with a collected mind instead of lashing out, it can be quite attractive for women. Especially when she's the one who is stressed. Seeing others around her get stressed like her might relieve her for a while, but it's not helpful. And then, when you offer your calmer, gentle perspective in this situation, it's something that immediately grabs her attention. She might not see where you're coming from at first, but once she has some time to think, she will see your side as well. That is, if you weren't being obtuse and faking it and actually genuinely sympathized with her. That's certainly going to drive her more crazy for you. 5. Pay attention. Women love to know that you care, that she's always there in your thoughts. So when she tells you things, and we don't mean the big stuff like her favorite actor or what she likes doing on a rainy day, you need to note that down in your mind. This way, you can use that information to surprise her, and suddenly you will always actually know what to give her as a birthday gift. And this will prove to her that you're paying attention to her, that you have a thoughtful side, and you care about her likes and dislikes. 6. Make an effort with your dressing. No, women aren't expecting you to show up in suits and blazers all the time, but they are expecting you to at least make the minimum effort with your appearance, just like how you expect them to. This isn't some tip that's going to make women immediately attracted to you, but it does add to your appeal. The slightest bit of effort in your dressing will make you aesthetically appealing. It shows that you're someone who is willing to make an effort. It tells her that you are a neat person, which can be quite attractive. 7. To-do list. You do have one, right? A to-do list isn't gonna solve every problem you have in your life, but just like with your dressing, it makes you more organized. And that's something women definitely like. Why won't they like a man who knows how to do things? A lot of guys are good at imagining what they want the results to be, but don't know how to get there. A to-do list will help you make a clear plan about how you want to go about getting the things you want to get done. And why wouldn't women find someone who knows how to achieve their desires worth being crazy for? 8. A bit of edge. This one's simple. Being boring is never going to be appealing. women would never be interested in a boring person. So even if you don't get every other thing right, at least never become boring. We all have something that makes us stand out from the crowd. The only problem is that it's not easy to find what's different about you. There is good news, though. It's not the edge you have that's appealing for women. It's the fact that you are searching for it. Women find those men attractive who have interests and hobbies that they are passionate about. They aren't going to be attracted to someone who is so laid back that it seems they don't care anymore. So, if you've been scratching your head trying to figure out what would drive a woman crazy for you, just know your uncompromising nature while pursuing your goals and the fact that you're trying to become a more complete human being every day are two things that definitely help. 9. Show your softer side. Acting all big and strong might have been desirable years ago. Or at least, that's what men back then seemed to think. Now, though, we're in the 21st century, and none of you need to hunt for food. These days, relationships are about making an actual connection with another person. And when you want to connect with someone, you will have to open up. Tell her about things you wouldn't tell other people. It can be things like your favorite band or about your insecurities. That is, as long as you're comfortable doing so. Vulnerability is ultimately a strength when you learn to acknowledge that it exists in you. And that soft side of you, your true self, can be more attractive than the airs you might put on. Number 10. Keep on learning. Never stop learning. Girls like men who have opinions, who have learned to think for themselves and express it. Just think about how easy it would be to start a conversation with anyone if you are aware of what is going on in the world around you. If you keep on learning, you will also have a better idea of how to help those around you. Someone who cares is always appealing. Final thoughts. Well, now you know what you can do to make girls crazy for you. These tips won't only make you more attractive, they will also teach you how to be a good human being. And the first step towards becoming a good person is making an effort. Put your efforts and consideration into everything you do. If you're someone who is too lazy, it's not that there won't be girls that are interested in you, but we can't promise they will stick around for long. In fact, she might lose her sanity trying to correct you. So, instead of relying on others, take control of your life. Look at your faults, fix them, and accept things that can't be changed. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment, and especially subscribe to the channel. You are also free to receive the new book, 9 Keys to Seduce Any Girl, by clicking on the link in the description below.